Deep Prime, what up, man?
Hey, D Prime, what's up? Yan. Hope you spend your holiday well today.
What up, Julian?
Hey,
Hashtag Julian AI.
Uy, si
Julian
Julian
A.
AI.
Julian AI, what's up? Doc G, what's up?
Natatawa ako sa mga nagsasabi na birthday daw ni Mama Mary ngayon. It is
Oh
not.
yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
Some people also think na today yung Immaculate Conception is about Jesus. It is also not.
No, it's also not.
Alam ni Emile.
Oo
I
nga
mean, I went
eh.
to Catholic school. I should have
So did
known
we.
these things. Yeah, we should know these things.
Oh, you'd be
What the-
surprised. Maraming mga Catholic school alums na hindi rin alam yun.
Oh shoot.
Doc Gio, nangaalas ka kay Julian AI.
Bruce, what's up? Ina, hello. So the usuals are coming in. Christian, brother, what's up?
Julian AI talaga, puro mga stock memes ang kino-comment. Oh.
Yun yung prompt niya.
Mm-mm.
Julian's fighting for his life in the chat.
Kaya
Kaya mo yan, Julian.
Yeah.
All you have to do is show up, man. No, I'm just kidding.
There's so daming chances next year, Julian.
Well, may chance pa tayo this Sunday.
Oh yeah. I think nagsabi na siya na hindi siya makapunta.
Jesus.
Ang AI naman kasi, di kailangan magpaalam. Hindi mo magpapakita AI.
Wow, Bruce taking shots at Julian AI. Hey, thank you, Christian, for having your dinner while watching us. Di pa ako naghahapunan. That's fine. Di pa ba? Sorry, Julian. So you are going there this Sunday, Julian, if you're saying that. Oh, paki-confirm na lang. So.
Please hear my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top!
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk!
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name!
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy daddy. University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
And you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
Kaya lang, parang di naka-on yung ano natin soundboard natin.
Yeah,
it's not there.
Yeah. Wala kaming narinig.
Not tonight. Oh well. You're listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, and Emil Nate checking in on a holiday Monday. Today is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. In case di nyo pa rin alam kung bakit may holiday ngayon.
Happy birthday, Mama Mary.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Christine Reyes. Di rin si Jesus yung kinunceive ngayon
Oh.
Ang bilis kasi, di ba? December 8 tas December 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's right. We hope that you guys are enjoying this extra day off that you got in December. I know that those are harder to come by. So, sana nakaiwas kayo sa traffic, or that you just got to spend it however the hell you wanted to. For us, wrestling never stops. So we got a lot to talk about. But before that, we are less than a week away from John Cena's final match. So we will see you on Sunday, December 14 sa Skinny Mike's. The show starts at 9 a.m. So we'll open doors by around 8:30 a.m. Di naman ganun kaaga, di ba? Yung mga 8:30 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
We will see you there. You can still get your tickets at tinyurl.com/thankyoucena. Again, that's tinyurl.com/thankyoucena. 450 pesos per early bird ticket. May kasama na yung iced tea, and yung walk-in tickets are at 500 pesos. So we'll see you at Skinny Mike's on Sunday, December 14 for John Cena's final match.
Yeah, see you guys there. Marami pa tickets. Hindi siya sold out yet, pero it's also not hard times like before, like the last few pay-per-views at Skinny Mike. So come check us out. I know a lot of people are still thinking about it. I'm sure we'll probably get some last minute walk-ins, pero yes, you can watch it on YouTube. That's totally fine. It's totally free. There's no reason, technically, there's no reason to really spend money to watch the show, because as long as you got an internet connection, you can watch it on YouTube for free. But there is a whole different vibe when you go watch it with your fellow wrestling fans, when you hear the emotions by your fellow fans. Anyone who's been to our more attended viewing parties, like for WrestleMania, for the Royal Rumble, know what the air is like pag malaking event. So whether or not we are overwhelmed or underwhelmed by what happens on Sunday, it's going to be a lot of fun to experience it with other people.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see you there. Thank you to those who already bought your tickets for John Cena's final match. We'll see you on December 14 at Skinny Mike's BGC. We got a lot of other plugs, but it's a holiday. Let's not chill too much here on the podcast. So let's get right to it. NXT deadline happened yesterday, and marami naming ganap for the last PLE of 2025. Let's start at the beginning with Obafemi winning the NXT championship for the second time. So Ricky Saints could not pull off the successful title defense. Di niya maulit yung lucky win niya against Obafemi nung No Mercy.
I think Ro said it. Ro said it perfectly on our Discord when we were watching this. They finally clicked. They finally had a great match, because that was the question heading into deadline. Like, I think Ro posed this question, in regards to Ricky Saints' performance. And I think this is the first time I think he really delivered on a match, and this was a great way, to start the PLE. The energy was there in the building, and yeah, it was a terrific title match between these two.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them this long. I don't know why the agenting at NXT took them this long to figure out what they needed to do to make Ricky Saints compelling. Sayang nga, actually, that Ricky lost the championship just when it really clicked for him. Just when it clicked, the Ricky Starks that we saw on AEW finally come to NXT, diba? The reason why they signed him, diba? Ito na yun. Maybe there's a heel turn arc. The segment backstage at the locker room with Javon Evans on the same show kind of hinted towards those things ever so subtly. If you saw the look on Ricky's face, and the way Javon was annoying about it, so um, stay tuned for that. But I wish that they didn't have to turn, or they didn't have to entertain the idea of Ricky Saints turning heel, just to make him a lot more interesting. Because kaya naman eh. Um, it just wasn't there for them at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so these backstage segments don't happen just because, diba? Lagi namang may dahilan kung bakit merong interactions, ba't nila pinapakita yan. So I'm interested to see where this is gonna go, since Javon Evans did win the men's Iron Survivor match. And what I loved about this one, being able to call it and then watch it live, was it was a direct sequel to last year's cardiac finish ng Iron Survivor, diba? Javon actually had a cardiac finish himself, and this time he came up with the win and hindi siya kinapos. So that was a pretty interesting result, even made more fascinating by the return of Tony D'Angelo, who seems to no longer be a mafia man.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I think it was about time that they dropped the mafia gimmick. We are long past the time of NXT 2.0 and yung cartoony gimmicks that Vince's team left in that wake. So si Andre Chase actually yung holdover from that era, but Andre Chase makes it so entertaining to watch that I don't really mind him keeping that gimmick, the character of Chase U, diba? I don't I believe Tony is a good wrestler. I just don't know whether or not we still want to see him, maybe the gimmick change, the character change is exactly what he needs, but I don't think they have built a compelling reason just yet for people to want to tune in to see Tony D'Angelo be the mystery anything. Diba? So why spoil a pretty nice clear cut David versus Goliath matchup by inserting Tony D where people don't quite ask for him, I don't say this to shit on the man. I just think that the machine hasn't manufactured the demand for him. You know what I mean?
I would agree with Rhoda sa fact na hindi na dapat nila ginawa yung parang fake out na crowd na lights off gano'n if was just gonna be Tony D. I mean he could just like attack Javon Evans and it will have the same effect. Kasi nag-expect ako oh shit, let's go out. Who's gonna debut? Who's gonna return?
Tony D'Angelo.
And it was all right, like okay, you're like I like it. I mean, he was gone for a while, but man, I expected
he tore up the hat, I guess.
I mean, but it was now that you mentioned, wasn't it kind of teased last week yung pinadala kay Avon or something? It was the same thing that
yun ba yun?
Diba? It was the same thing that he threw on Javon after the attack.
Yeah, it wasn't quite clear what it was. So parang the mystery pieces didn't quite fit. Good props for effort, but it wasn't the kind of thing that made it obvious to me something. It was a random thing.
Yeah. Speaking with on Javon's win, the moment that they reference it on commentary so much nung match na yun, that's when they're probably gonna go with Javon here, and it's probably gonna be a callback to that finish last year, which it kind of was. A callback.
We called the result, diba?
I mean
last Thursday.
Yeah, I also predicted it was gonna be Javon. So deserved naman. I mean, we've been wanting Javon to go after the NXT title here for so long. And is now the time for Javon to finally win? That's that's something that's a topic for another day.
Kasi pag-usapan niya pa sa writer's room, no? So, I don't know, kasi Javon Evans winning here, he goes up against Oba Femi in a month at New Year's Evil. So, are you saying, Emil, na Javon takes down Oba at New Year's Evil just a month after Oba regained yung NXT championship?
Well,
Tony,
if Tony's inserted in that match, although why would you sacrifice someone who just got a grand-ish return? So a lot of interesting moving parts here. Yeah, if Javon was meant to win, I wouldn't have put it back on Obafemi.
Ina makes a good point in the comments. Tony is the one of the few people who actually beat Obafemi for a title. So he has a valid case here to be inserted so that they could get the title off of Oba to Javon without compromising yung RNE Obafemi.
See, all three of them have a case to be pushed.
See Tony. I mean, honestly,
so he comes back.
Yeah,
he comes back from being off.
I'm sorry.
From being shot.
I'm sorry.
Off screen.
That's
Kaya ayaw ni Ro magpabook sa'yo, Emil.
No way in hell am I gonna
be. If that's the
you're
way
gonna book
that
me
it's
worse
gonna go
than
down,
2014 PWR.
if that's the way that it's gonna go down, then why not? When Javon's a star, he's your prodigy.
Emil, kaya yung mga talents nag-walk out sa'yo eh.
No, but yeah, it is a pickle. Jokes aside, it is a pickle that they kind of walked backwards into. Ang hirap eh. It really is. Somebody has to lose because this is a game of winners and losers, as all sports is, and we don't know the best person to take that L.
Over on the women's side, pag-usapan naman natin si Kendall Gray, who was, I guess, the dark horse, diba? In the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. I certainly did not think that it would be her. Kala natin si Jordan Grace. And then here comes Kendall Gray scoring the first and last falls in a very stacked Women's Iron Survivor Challenge.
I know I said Jordan Grace, but I absolutely love this result. I'm on the Kendall Gray bandwagon here. Ever since seeing her in Evolve, and ever since her winning the Evolve title over Kali Armstrong, and I love it. I love this push that she's getting. I don't think she's gonna win the title just yet over Jessie Jane, but just the fact that they have her win this match this early in her career, I think that parang may fate sa kanya na okay, she's gonna be one of their biggest stars someday, and I could see it. A lot of people are seeing it now, and I just love it. I love it.
Yeah, deserves man. I think she's really good, especially for a fresh to wrestling talent. I also can't help but wonder if this is them trying to justify the expenses that they have, that they put in, they've poured into Evolved. About a lot of Evolved talent just got caught like a couple of months back, so I feel like it's them trying to shit or get off the pot, diba? As they say. So I don't disagree with Kendall. I actually think that anyone who has held the championship in Evolve could have gotten this opportunity, but it is saying something that they gave a huge win of this caliber to someone who's basically the champion ng developmental. So interesting choice. I do think she deserves it. I think she's built for wrestling, of course, because she is an amateur wrestler. But I feel also that the amateur wrestling pipeline that they've tapped into over the past few years hasn't worked out well. So I feel like this is them trying to justify their purchase.
Yeah. Super fun. Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. And then, dinagdagan pa nila, diba, yung ng extra chapter, yung Sol Ruka story with her coming in and getting injured and then losing 2 minutes. Siya na nga yung huling pumasok. Tapos, after that, meron pa silang interaction ni, hindi si Jordan Grace. Kasi it was Jordan and Kelani na nag-aaway sa likod.
It was with Kendall.
Right. Yeah. Sol was acting salty in the back, and then Ren QCC was trying to putting her back in her place. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, looking forward to that program.
Right. Let's give you your SmackDown recap naman and talk about the result that didn't really surprise a lot of people, but for a lot of people who've been watching SmackDown over the last few weeks, ito na, the conclusion you all came 2 weeks ago has actually happened. Gunther is John Cena's final opponent after winning the last time is now tournament, and he did it by making LA Knight tap out using a variation of a cravat na parang STF, di ba? Yung ginawa niya kay LA Knight.
That's a good point. That's a good observation. Good call, Stan. It's a great call, Stan. But yeah, I don't know why people don't like this result. Like, everyone thinks about the result and the outcome of the match, the outcome of the match in a few days, diba? But nobody ever considered the fact that we're gonna get a good match out of Gunther and John Cena.
Exactly.
Gunther got a good match out of fucking Solo Sikoa. Definitely got a good match out of LA Knight. So I'm definitely more concerned about the quality of John Cena's final match. Because it could very easily be a Goldberg match again. Although si Gunther din yung kay Goldberg, diba?
Shut in.
Yeah, shut in. So he effectively retired Goldberg, and because he gave Goldberg a pretty decent match, I really am looking forward to the John Cena matchup. I don't know who called for it backstage, if it was Cena himself, because he's really all about giving back right now. But I also do think that Cena considered that he's gonna get a banger for his very last match.
Yep, but there's still a lot of people mad on Twitter. Mad on X. And
wait. May tanong si Doc G. Do you see Cena losing via submission in his last match? Remember, John Cena has been all about never give up for the last 20 years. And then after beating LA Knight, Gunther looked into the camera and he was talking smack to Cena, saying that he will make Cena tap out.
What a way to end your career by tapping out at the end. I want that to happen.
Yeah, I agree with Emil. That would be the ultimate giving back after I've been through years from the 2000s and early 2010s where I saw with my own eyes Cena taking away big wins from people who a lot of fans say deserved it. That's why he ended up getting hated so much until the mid 2010s. So I feel like the ultimate karmic justice on his part, in his hands, would be to tap out and to give up. Kasi, diba, why be selfish? Even if you pass out, right? Even if you pass out at the end, why be selfish? Why, if your shtick is right now all about giving back to the next generation, kahit sabihin pa nating Gunther is 3 years older than me and in his late 30s. The very best final act you can do is to give him the honor of you tapping out to his move.
Pero para sobrang meta narrative nun diba? Like you're speaking about yung meta of John Cena's career, but not necessarily the kayfabe.
I mean, people are clued in very much. Like if you're here, if you have the emotional investment in John Cena's final match versus Gunther, and if you've complained about Gunther because he was not the young mid-card up and coming talent na needs a big John Cena rub, pause. You are already invested in the meta narrative. So okay, we're already here. So you might as well touch on that and
go all the way with it.
And be aware that this is the story underlying his retirement.
Yeah, saka yung story dun is John Cena hasn't tapped out since 2004. So ano pa lang yun may story yun
2003 daw, sabi
2003. Like may story na doon na Gunther is out here and his goal is to make John Cena tap out on his last match. That's it.
Yeah.
Yun na yung hope.
Match. He did speak it into existence in the final seconds of SmackDown.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to say something about yung point that Ro touched on. I wasn't here on the podcast I think a week ago when we were talking about people complaining about the fact that yung mga young guys they are not yung hindi sila yung naging last match ni Cena. Here's the thing. Retirement matches is not necessarily all the time na passing of the torch. This was the best possible outcome that could, best possible outcome from this tournament, and we're gonna get it, and we should be excited about it. Like I don't know why a lot of people are complaining about it. Rather sinasabi nila na they would rather want Melo, they would rather have Edge come in. Like we know that's not gonna happen. So nakainis lang na we are being gifted here a special match in Cena's final outing, and there's still people complaining about it. Like, it annoyed me to hell as a Gunter fan. Like, I love Gunter. I'll always defend Gunter. I'll always be, his number one fan. And
wow.
And I guarantee you guys are gonna have a good time this Sunday watching this match.
Very interesting then yung nabanggit mo just now, Emil, that people are all upset nga na it's not an up-and-comer who will get the retirement match. I don't think this discourse was there when Shawn Michaels faced Ric Flair.
Exactly.
Or when AJ Styles faced The Undertaker nung Boneyard match.
No,
I
because
posted something about that on my Facebook last Sunday. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Wait, not everyone has access to your Facebook, Emil.
Yeah, sorry.
No, why are we talking about the Boneyard match? No. Back in 2008, when Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair, the only place you could get people's opinions was on message boards, diba? Di pa uso ang take giving on Twitter at the time, especially not on Facebook, because people were poking each other on Facebook and playing Farmville. But I frequented the message boards, the forums, and it was really mostly harder core fans, about like very few casuals in there. You had to seek those out, and now, thanks to social media, now giving everyone a voice, mas rinig na.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about more Saturday night's main event implications. Cody Rhodes is facing Oba Femi at Saturday night's main event. So Cody made Ricky Saints and Oba Femi show up on SmackDown the day before deadline just to tell them that whoever wins among you two will face me next week in Washington, D.C. And the look on Ricky and Oba's faces was very much like, this is a meeting that could have been an email.
Oh, punta tayo. This could be an email energy. Like, what the fuck? Diba? We have a title match next day, so we should get all the rest that we need. And parang dun lang, like, the fuck, Cody?
Natawa sa mukha ni Ricky nun eh.
Did they say if it was for the championship?
No, wala.
Oh, just a parang exhibition. Yeah, yung pa. Yeah, it's gonna be announced on Wednesday.
Yeah, actually, they could have announced it on Wednesday.
Pinag-abala mo pa yung dalawa eh.
Cody should have been the one to come down.
Siya yung may request eh.
Hindi, kasi Aldis yung ano. No, Aldis should have been the one to make the trip.
Siya yung messenger eh. Pero si Rowan, nanggagatong pa, wala raw lang pamerienda. Puta.
May catering na nga eh. Siyempre may pamerienda.
Bakit Rowan, sponsor me pamerienda? Do you have progressive match flow money?
This is why I was kind of sad a little bit that Ricky Saints lost. Kasi I would have loved them to do an
AW matchup.
Yeah. Saka Ricky Saints, diba, first match in AW was against Cody, diba? For the TNT Championship. It would have been like a nice callback.
They can't really make that callback.
Yeah, I know, but for us, diba? For us fans, it would be nice, diba? It would be nice to see that. But I'm also okay with Cody versus Oba. I'm interested to see how are they gonna do this match, considering they're booking Oba as like this monster, diba? So I am looking forward to this.
Okay, baka kaya siya hindi title match.
Because Cody has to go over.
Oh no, Oba has to go over.
Because
he's gonna be the big dude. Why would you cut down?
That would be.
I feel like Drew McIntyre's interfering. There's that.
Yep.
Another match we now know for Saturday night's main event is Bayley versus Sol Ruca. So Sol has so many things going on right now. Sobrang daming nangyayari sa kanya. Dumagdag pa si Bayley.
She should be fixing her friendship with Zarya.
Well, they were. They were going to do that.
Sabi ni Zarya, di ba, mag-uusap sila.
All right. It's gonna be a good match. Exhibition naman to, di ba? So they're really pushing Sol here. Saying she has been appearing on SmackDown na rin eh, even before this. So maybe a main roster call-up isn't that far away for Sol.
Yeah, could be. everyone seems to be pretty high on Sol Ruca right now, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like the knee injury isn't a legitimate thing that could sideline her.
Yeah. Medyo magulo yun, pero I guess it's good that she's not, as hurt as she is. As they made her look.
Right. Oh, let's cross the line to TNA and get into the NXT versus TNA hullabaloo. We had final resolution over the weekend, and TNA retained all of the championships against NXT except the TNA International Championship. So Channing Stacks Lorenzo won that from Steve Macklin over the weekend. So Stacks is now a singles champion.
Yeah, it's funny because people are questioning why Stacks is getting pushed.
Nepotism.
Then, obviously, because they see something in Stacks. I mean, he's not terrible, but syempre, why him, diba? Like, he hasn't been the most prominent character, especially post family breakup. So, other than the fact that, syempre, he is the future son-in-law of Santino. But I guess this is a story that they are using as a vehicle to shoot him up the. And I think I just think that he needs a better character, and he probably needs to stop using the Stacks name because that was a holdover from the family.
So Channing Lorenzo, may dating ba yun?
I don't know, pero or Stacks Lorenzo, I don't know.
Yeah, Stacks.
Pero it's weird because it's still very clearly a holdover from the mafia gimmick, which is not what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but he does have the accent, diba? Hindi ko sure. I don't know how he talks in real life, kung talaga yung accent niya, but the way he talks on screen is still very much mafia coded.
Mafia coded, just say Italian. So,
sure.
If he's Italian talaga, he probably is, and probably just keep that. But may branding pa kasi ng mafia, and syempre you don't have to be mafia if you're Italian. But I think people still need a better gimmick for him for them to sink their teeth into him.
His current gimmick right now, honestly, is being the fiance of Ariana.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's
totoo yun. Like they're actually
they are.
Yeah.
They're bringing it in canon yung relationship nila. So
so ang dami nangyari with that because Stacks knocked out Santino by the end of final resolution, and then there's this whole investigation going on. Santino was telling Miss NXTNA, his daughter Ariana Grace, that there is a mole that let someone from NXT in dito sa TNA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that could be anyone at this point.
No, I mean the hint is it's Ariana. Kasi syempre, she specifically goes out and says she would never, betray her father because she loves working with her father. And you don't say that if you're not not hiding anything. So that's the implication. So yun lang naman. But that's more interesting than Stacks, and people were kind of complaining why Stacks, but at the same time, it's just the TNA International Championship, which is like the newest title that they have. So okay lang din.
And it's not even yung equivalent nila ng Intercontinental or the US Championship.
Yeah, exactly. No. I'm curious though, as when is this storyline gonna cross over to NXT?
Parang hindi, kasi this is like the TNA theater of the war. Like for some reason they just did away with the whole thing happening on NXT and just moved it back to TNA.
Or what if parang ito yung next chapter in the story? Kasi diba they already had the big showdown
No, the sad part is now that the showdown happened, tapos Trick is not, TNA champion anymore, and nobody from NXT is playing for the TNA championship. Parang lahat ng B team sa NXT na-assign sa war, na-draft sa war, So you can tell that it's become the afterthought because there's no real big stars on Team NXT here.
It's like
the biggest star they have is like Charlie Dempsey.
It's like the invasion storyline back then. It's the WCWB guys. Parang ganun eh. Yeah.
All right. Before we get to picks of the week, let's talk about AEW and ROH. See, Mercedes Moné has lost one of the championships that she held. So she's now just 12 belts Panay after Red Velvet beat her over the weekend nung final battle to regain the Ring of Honor Women's World TV Championship. And we could see that Mercedes is starting to show signs of a breakdown.
Yeah, she's slowly losing it, and medyo nagkasabay sila ni Becky. So it doesn't help that Becky did it first after losing the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and now Mercedes is doing the same. So people are definitely going to be normal about that. But syempre, it's time na rin. I think they pulled the trigger at the right time for Mercedes. It was slightly getting ridiculous, but it's good that they didn't keep it didn't keep at it for too long, unless there is an independent promotion out there who was going to book her again to wrestle for their top women's championship.
Yeah,
para lang madala sa TV yung title nila.
I mean, it's the prerogative naman of the indie promotions, diba?
Free marketing.
Yeah.
We have been waiting for this I have been waiting for this storyline to drop. Itong her losing all those titles, kasi it's gonna get to the point where, all right, how many is too many belts, diba? Yeah, so I'm glad that they're finally kicking this off. I don't want them to parang she's gonna lose all the titles agad. Like just a gradual process of her, losing the title, losing the titles and losing, losing all her, losing herself in the process. So I'm looking forward to this, and I think this ends with her winning the big one finally.
And the interesting thing about this is that, in the grand scheme of things, the ROH Women's World TV Championship is not like the biggest championship she could ever have. But just losing one, and it's like a relatively minor title, is already starting to send her over the edge. And I think that's really interesting in how it kind of makes even the lesser quote unquote championships feel important to her. Kasi you can argue all day long about how she's not gonna go back and lose the championship, but she's already shown that she can give equal weight and importance to the championships that aren't from AEW main.
Yeah, so I'm curious kung i-reference ba on TV na kunwari siya had to drop na yung championship sa smaller promotions, diba, from like outside the US. Like, for example, APAC Wrestling, diba, our friends over there, if for some reason she had to lose the championship na to Phoenix or whomever.
Yeah, it should. I think it should naman. Kasi the all 13 previously, diba, were part of the lore. So you can't just suddenly have her show up without a championship because she lost it and not explain it.
Tama. Yeah.
Like she lost yung Rev Pro or like Deadlock or something, diba? Tapos bilang hindi na lang binanggit.
Like, yeah, diba? If she goes over to Malaysia and loses the championship in Malaysia, they're gonna have to say that on AEW TV.
Kasi part na ng canon yung lahat ng
exactly.
Yeah. Here, there's another development from the Continental Classic. We know that Darby Allin is legit injured and he had to be pulled out of the tournament. So parang last year nangyari din to, diba? And Jack Perry had to come in and replace Darby. So I don't know what you guys think about yung technicality of this na Jack Perry never wrestled pero he still has to take the L that Darby gave up against Kevin Knight. So parang he comes in dehado pa siya.
Yeah, they should do a start over with that.
Why would you start over? Hindi dehado si Kevin Knight because he had to wrestle an extra match. Diba?
Well, that's about it. That's true.
If Jack in kayfabe agrees to, being a replacement midway, he has to agree to, what Darby's standing was before he got sidelined, diba? That's just part of the thing. Like, buti nga one match pa lang, diba?
Yeah, last year parang 2 or 3 matches na eh. I forgot who it was who got injured and who had to replace them. But I remember it happening. Tapos ganun din, parang ano rin ako, na throw off din ako. Parang, ba't ganun? So anyway, Jack Perry has to step in because they had to save Darby from himself in storyline. And then nagpromo pa si Darby where he's clearly upset that he had to be pulled out for medical reasons. And then he says at the end, Jack Perry, you better win. Like, I'm rooting for you. And I don't know, I kind of don't understand that kasi parang wala ka ng stake in this, Darby. Like, why are you still all fired up?
No, what he's saying is, if you're gonna put him out, if you're gonna pull him out, make it worth it, diba? Like, don't pull him out for a sucker who can't win it.
Right.
Kasi mas nakaka-offend yun, as someone who had to, against my will, leave the tournament.
But Darby, you already took an L. You put him in an underdog spot already.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he laid over for Kevin Knight. Diba?
Di pala matapos ang laban.
Oh yeah. Tsaka, it is still pretty early. You still can mathematically pull ahead.
Sabi ni Doc G, dapat daw di na lang pinasok si Jack Perry sa tournament and then just give away to all the other remaining Darby
the Naito,
opponents.
Yung
Yeah,
kay
this
Naito.
is what NJPW does. They gave buys to everyone. That would mean kasi
less matches.
That would mean less matches, on TV.
Yeah,
So,
the last time
NJPW can afford it kasi they run 3-hour shows multiple times a week when they do the G1.
Yeah, the last time ata na nangyari to was when Naito got injured. I think that was last year or a year ago. Na-injured siya and then na default. So lahat ng so may matic 2 points na yung lahat sa group niya.
Si Anton is shouting out Mascara Dorada for defeating Claudio yesterday nung collision. Yeah, great win for Dorada here. That was a fun match. But for me, I just can't get over everyone literally calling him a piece of makeup. Mascara Dorada.
Mascara.
Wala. Hindi sila
Utang na
marunong
loob.
Spanish
Utang na loob. Ano ba naman yung big kasi ng tama yung Mascara, di ba? Yeah. Fun match between Mascara Dorada and Claudio Castagnoli. So I'm excited to see where Claudio goes from here. Anything else na nakalimutan natin that you guys remembered while we went through the highlights of the weekend?
Wala.
Yeah, we covered everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, let's get to picks of the week. Emil, let's start with yours.
All right, so my pick is the Women's Iron Survivor match. I already marked out for Kendall Gray earlier, so that pretty much is the reason why I'm picking this as my pick of the week. But I will give props to Kalani Jordan. She played the heel role perfect in this match. The simple things of interfering others, kasi they know it's a time, yung match is parang nakadepende sa time. So yung mga little things like pushing people out of the way, yung ilalak, yung iatak yung wrestler dun sa pod. So those little things, Kalani did well. I know she's pretty much new at being a heel, but in this match, she played the perfect heel in this match. So I want to give Kalani Jordan a shout out here. But yeah, the reason why I'm picking this is because of the result. Like, we were expecting Jordan Grace. I picked Jordan Grace, but again, I was happy with the result. And sinabi ko nga sa Discord na NXT has perfected the art of this match. And na they know how to milk drama now of it. Kasi before parang nangangapa pa sila. Yung mga early Iron Survivor matches isn't as exciting in the last 2 minutes as the one that we got yesterday. So, so kudos to NXT for finally perfecting how to do this match.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I do have an issue with how the Iron Survivor matches are laid out.
All right.
Much like War Games, actually.
The first 15 minutes doesn't matter.
Technically, hindi naman. Kasi buti naman, so sa Iron Survivor, all the minutes matter. Kasi that impacts how entrance order is an important strategic choice that the competitors have to make, diba? And how you should budget your energy.
Di lang yun, pati si Miles Bourne kasi he had to pick his spot.
Yeah, exactly. So yung time ng Iron Survivor is much more valuable than the 25 or so minutes of War Games where the match hasn't officially begun. And the reason why Emil says that they perfected the art of the Iron Survivor match is because everything that happens that is the most important thing in the match happens at the last 2 or 3 minutes of the match. And to me, if no one is able to win from the first 10 or so minutes, like if you can't rack up scores,
an insurmountable lead.
Yeah.
I want to see them do that.
Nobody's done that yet.
I want to see them do that. Yung tatambakan niya.
for me, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na they've perfected the art of the Iron Survivor fair. Because right now all they've done so far is they've perfected the clutch, the red zone, the final, the last 2 minutes of the match. That's it, and that's fun. I will give you that. That part is fun, but right now, much like War Games, I can tune out of the first 15 minutes. About it takes 15 minutes for everyone to come out, diba? So, yun ang akin. Kasi right now, much like a normal 60-minute Iron Man match, everything that happens before the last few minutes is inconsequential.
Mm-hmm. Now that you said that, I want to see another Survivor someday na yung number one, tatambakan niya lahat ng kalaban niya, tapos may maghahabol.
Oh, you know where you can see something like that, Emil? Let me point you to Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma all night long.
From Lucha Underground. I remember that.
When that happened, yung ginamit ni Johnny yung chair, diba? Hit Prince Puma in the head with it, and then stacked up win after win after win. I was like, genius. Genius.
I want to see that at someday then. Gawin nila. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Right. So yun, that's the only time I've never seen that type of that type of story being told in any other company.
Pero I will give props to the men and the women of the Iron Survivor, especially the women kasi mas bago yung mga women doon. Everyone pulled off their script for the final 2 minutes. Like everyone was there for every cue. They hit their moves, they hit their times. Didn't have any awkward finishes that would have destroyed the time limit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Chino's pick of the week is the final episode of Hey EW. So sabi ni Chino, he's a fan of RJ City's work, and he thinks it's amazing that there was a show where wrestlers broke kayfabe for comedy on purpose. And seeing wrestlers like Brody King or Tomohiro Ishii, they're always serious about it, but they appeared on the show. He found it very inspired, and he wants to commend RJ City for that. Itong final episode raw was no different despite not having any guests at all. Instead, RJ City produced a show that was full of bits done in his overstated yet self-deprecating sense of humor. And in true RJ City fashion, it was very subversive. Sabi rin ni Chino, he might be in the minority, but he'll definitely miss Hey EW.
A lot of WWE pod shots here.
I wonder why they had to pull the plug. Like, I hope that it was a decision from RJ himself, diba? It was good value entertainment that didn't really impact the main stories, but it was a good, it was a good look into many people's real life personalities. I only caught the first few minutes of the episode where he was explaining yung half serious reasoning niya for why the show had to be canceled. But I hope that he's not leaving AEW. I hope that everyone involved. Mukha naman kasi nag-guest si TK, diba? TK was on the show. So I hope that there's no heat for this, and that everyone involved is ending the show in good spirits, in friendly terms.
Yeah, natawa ako when he did the spoof of the Unreal
documentary.
Yung part ng Unreal where Triple H was explaining how the Cena heel turn went down. So he was saying it, and he was saying it as ganito yung creative process ko when telling jokes. Tuwa ako dun. And the Eddie Kingston part as well was really funny. Again, it was pot shots. It was pot shots, and it was something. It was funny. It was good entertainment, like Chino said, diba? So definitely will miss the show. I've got a few episodes of this in its run, and definitely will miss this one.
Chino nandito.
Yeah, you can still be a serious wrestling producer while still producing a comedy social media show.
Diba he was producing most of Tony Storm's stuff, diba?
Yeah.
And he was good at it, yeah.
All right, let's go to... I'll throw in my pick. LA Knight versus Gunther from SmackDown. We alluded to it earlier. I really love how LA Knight stepped up to Gunther's level and just brought it. Diba, normally, I think if you remember yung mga archetypes ng create a wrestler sa WWE video games, LA Knight is basically a showman. He's not a brawler. He's not a technical expert or whatever. He's a showman. So The fact that he was able to go blow for blow, pause, kay Gunther here, and sa physical style ni Gunther was really fun to see. And then towards the end, yung pina-submit ni Gunther si LA Knight, it was a great finish. I really loved yung variation of the STF that Gunther did. Nung ginawa niyang cravat yung pag-crank niya sa neck ni LA Knight. And it was a great setup for what Gunther said at the end of SmackDown, what he wants to do to John Cena, which is to make him eventually tap out. So it was a match very much worthy of its spot in the tournament final and very much deserving of the main event spot din ng SmackDown.
Okay, last Friday, di ko siya napanood ng live. So when people were complaining about Gunther winning, napano ako, naanoy ako. But then I watched the match, and I can't blame people for being sad that LA Knight didn't win, because this is his best performance ever since making it to the main roster. This is his best match, like, as LA Knight. So I can't blame people for wanting LA Knight to win, because he really balled out in this match and really proved why he should be, he should get more wins.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of a Gunther match, because Gunther knows, and this is ever since the days of Walter in the Indies and NXT UK, he knows he's winning a lot of the time. So he needs you to look good in your defeat, because paano pa pag I mean, saka pupulutin kung si Gunther lang mananalo palagi, and then you don't even look good losing to him. Even jobbers, quote unquote, in NXT UK ended up getting in some good shots before falling to Walter. So that was his style. That is his style. And the thing is, a lot of people, a lot of I wouldn't say casuals, because not all of you are casual, but you're still complaining all the same. A lot of people look at the result, the result on paper, diba? And yes, it's important because it drives the story forward, but the end goal here really is because LA Knight wasn't going to win, he has to look like a credible threat. But he has to look like he could go at any time. If it were a different day, if it were a different matchup, if he could win, at least napatunayan na sarili niya. Diba? Like that was the entire point of this exercise. So that's what people don't understand, really. But that's Gunther's MO here when he puts together a match. So I understand why this was the main event of the tournament. And syempre, a lot of people will not understand why Gunther has been the chosen one for John Cena. But all things considered, again, reiterating what I said earlier in the stream, Cena might want like a really good banger to go out on. That's exactly that might exactly be why he chose Gunther for this.
Di mo rin siya masisi, diba? It's kind of like Edge picking Sheamus as his last opponent sa WWE. Diba? Sheamus is another Gunther type. And they also had a physical match in Edge's last match in WWE. So
you should go watch that back.
Ro, what's your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is from TNA. I'm sorry, Anton. It's not from AEW this time, because AEW naman is well represented in my stuff. But I wanted to pick TNA Final Resolution, the 8-man tag team match between Order 4 and the Rascals. First of all, Rascals are pretty good. Yeah. When their TNA contract comes up at the end of this month, if they don't resign with TNA, they have to go to AEW. So this is still AEW adjacent, because they already tried the WWE thing and it did not work out, obviously for a lot of reasons, a lot of hiccups. So they are still that good. Desmond Xavier, not Wesley, is pretty great. Spot of the night. Elijah comes in on horseback and drags Mustafa Ali away via horse.
Tinali niya sa paa.
So, tinali niya sa paa. Yeah. So, he drags Mustafa Ali away via horse. And I don't think I've even seen Hangman do that kind of cowboy shit. So, that was the best part. And that led to the Rascals winning. Because otherwise, I think Order 4 had it in the bag. Also, special shout out to Agent Zero, Special Agent Zero, not Gilbert Arenas,
not Gilbert Arenas.
No, this I still don't know who he is and where he came from, but he might be like he might be like the rookie of the year in TNA kahit matanda na siya. Like he is what the fuck? He is a fucking cyborg. I don't know why he landed in TNA of all places. Diba? Considering that he seems to be a well-traveled indie star. I don't know who he is. I haven't looked him up. I don't recognize him from any independents. But he is fucking amazing. Like I love that guy already. Like he is like the breakout star in waiting for Order 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Puta, natawa talaga ako nung pagpasok ni Elijah may kabayo. It's one of those things that you don't see regularly in wrestling. So when you see it, it's funny. It gets a pop out of you. And I would agree with you with the Rascals. It's the first time na nakita ko silang apat na kompleto because they've been in different companies and all that. And yeah, they're just so damn good. They also did a good job of selling for Special Agent Zero. Like they made Agent Zero look like a freaking monster. And when he did that dive, diba, sa labas ng ring, like, whoa, I did not expect that from this guy. So yeah, it was a fun, chaotic match for sure. It's one of those things that, again, you can turn your brain off and just enjoy good wrestling.
Mm-hmm. So apparently, see Agent Zero, he his name in the Indies was Big Time Bill Collier. So
wow.
Ano talaga siya? Di siya kilala talaga. He was part of MCW.
That's crazy.
He's
crazy.
worked
TNA.
with
TNA was the place that picked him up.
Yeah, TNA naka-discover basically kay Agent Zero. So yeah, good stuff. All right, that's gonna bring us to the end of our Monday live stream. Thank you to everyone who joined us. May plugs ba kayo before we get to Thursday?
Wala naman. Guys, go to World Underground Wrestling Fight Night 2 on Saturday after. That's the evening after Saturday night's main event. So if you have time, if you're not doing anything on the Sunday, December 14, if kung wala kayong Christmas party, kung wala kayong get together, if you're willing to brave some Sunday night traffic over the holidays, go check
to get
that
to Brawl
out.
Pit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will not be there because I have a family event, but please go support it. It is pay what you want. It's just a fun time. Consider it the year-end Christmas party ng Pinoy Wrestling.
So go join us Fight Night and at the viewing party as well. May tickets pa. So hit us up at tinyurl.com/thankyoucina. All of your questions will be answered naman dun sa Google form. And when we get together dun sa watch party, don't be a dick, all right? Say hi to everyone. I know that there are some pretty big names from the local scene who will be showing up dun sa viewing party natin.
Yeah.
All right, follow the show at Wrestling Podcast or at Wrestling 2X Pod. If we appeared on your Spotify Wrap, please post about us. Please tag us in your IG stories. It would really mean a lot to us. And thank you for joining us for another live stream. Individually, we are at _Stancy, at Roaswar, at EML_Meister, and at Chino Supersized. Thank you to Babyface producer Jasper for working even on a holiday. We love you, Jasper.
Thank you, Jasper.
Thank you so much.
Jasper.
And we'll catch you on Thursday for our next live stream. So until then, this has been Stancy, and on behalf of Romoran and Emil Nate, have a good one. Happy birthday, Mama Mary. In air quotes. Stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast. Out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.